Hey traders, what's happening? Jamie Saettele here. It is April 16th, 2020, and the chart you were looking at right here is the US dollar index. Now that's the FXCM Dow Jones US dollar index, symbol USDOLLAR. I'm not sure actually how many people look at this, but I found it to be a pretty decent tool really to look at for general dollar direction. So, obviously DXY is quite popular. That is highly overweight Europe, 57% euro. And this index is comprised of the four most heavily traded currencies with the dollar. So you've got euro, pound, yen, and the Aussie. And frankly, it responds to technical levels precisely. So you'll see a lot of touches of trend lines and clean breaks and retracement levels, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to show you some of that here on this chart. Now, this is a weekly, and for years we've been following this. So simply, draw a trend line. Now, this is arithmetic scale, okay? Draw a trend line, 2011 to 2014 lows. Now, what we've got here is a simple channel, okay? This would be the center line. This would be your upper parallel. This would be a raised parallel. But you can see how the angles respond, right? The market hits the same angle that it hit based on the 2011-2014 line, right? The center line has proved quite important as well. You can see back in 2014 with that center line providing support for the big launch, right? The upper parallel had been resistance, then support, then resistance, then support, then resistance, okay? This red parallel here, I have it marked in red for a reason. I want to have it highlighted. I want you to focus on it. We're going to zoom in here. Okay, so this simply extends off of the September 2017 low, and you can see all the critical pivots that this has run into. All right, so let's go to May. A lot of chop around it, but throughout all of 2019, this thing was resistance. Okay, got really messy. Early 2020, right? Big rally up to the highs. People thinking breakout, big breakdown. Oh, dollar rally's finally over, and then holy crap, we exploded up to that center line, which was resistance. So just recently, we dropped under this line, the red line, and then that was resistance. So we were turning bearish the dollar into this level, okay, looking actually for 12,445, which is the 618 retrace of the rally from the March low to the March high, that blowout level right there. Frankly, I don't know, where the bigger move in the dollar is, all right? Part of the lure, if you will, of trading with slope lines is that you're naturally getting decent reward to risk ideas because you're trying to trade around the lines, right? You're trying to trade around the edges. So it's like you break here, right? And you can say like, well, I'm bearish dollars because of that break. Okay, that's one thing, that's not a trade. A trade is I'm selling into that line here with a tight stop because I know that we shouldn't go much above it really, right? Based on how it reacted all of last year. So you're selling into that and looking for levels on the downside. Now I'm going to zoom in to a 4-hour chart here. Now this, I'm going to show you a wave count that I've got here. Let's see, where is it? All right, so this is what I'm looking at here on a 4-hour chart on the dollar index. Okay, so I'm looking at this as a 5-wave move down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The implication is that we get a rally. Common spots for a retracement or corrective move to end is going to be the 618 retrace. In this case, that's going to be a bit higher. I think it's actually right about that low, that wave 1 low, which is like 12,758. But another common area for us to end is simply the former 4th wave. right? Just a simple horizontal level. So I've got a red line there. That's going to be 12,692. That's also going to be this parallel, right? Remember, that was the parallel that was resistance throughout 2019. Okay, and just recently on April, kind of 3, 5, and 6. So kind of 3 trading days there. We were sitting on it, finally broke down. So my general bias then for dollar is a bit more strength, but then I'm looking to turn bearish. Okay, and that's that pretty much is it right there. So again, using this U.S. dollar index as a tool to kind of get a general dollar bias, right? Now it's not always going to be the case. I mean, there's instances in which you might be bullish, Aussie dollar and bullish dollar yen. Well, in that case, you probably want to trade Aussie yen or something. But I do find this quite useful to try to keep me on the right side or thinking correctly about U.S. dollar direction and getting general U.S. dollar support and resistance levels. All right. So that's it. Again, that's a quick kind of look at this index, how I use it, what I'm thinking in the near term, and also give you some of these longer term slope levels to look at. All right. Okay, so that's it. Jamie Saettele here signing off. Take care.